This is Prajwal Revanna. The 33-year-old is the JDS sitting MP from Hassan and is also the NDA candidate this time around. Prajwal is now absconding. He left for Germany or possibly France soon after the elections. Prajwal Revanna is the grandson of former Prime Minister H.D. Deve Gowda, son of former Minister and Hole Narsipura MLA H.D. Revanna and Bhavani, and the nephew of former CM H.D. Kumaraswamy. Both father and son now face a case of sexual harassment. In this episode of Let Me Explain, I'll tell you all about the videos of Prajwal doing rounds in Hassan and other parts of Karnataka. Also, why women didn't initially come forward to file complaints against him, and why the issue has now blown up. But remember, this may have become political now, but at the heart of it all are these women who've been made victims again and again and again. You've been watching my show for a few weeks now, but I'm getting out of the studio again. I was in Coimbatore recently and traveled through parts of South Karnataka. This week, I'm traveling to Kalaburgi in northern Karnataka and from there to Hyderabad and Karimnagar. I'll be interviewing leaders, talking to people on the ground and bringing you stories. So in case you want to connect with me or be part of my shows, you can write to me at members@thenewsminute.com. And I'm able to travel only because of our subscribers like you. So click that pause button, I'll wait for a bit and become a subscriber. Of course, come back and continue watching this show. So first, let's look at who Prajwal Revanna is. He's a third-generation politician. He entered politics in 2014 to assist Deve Gowda during the general elections. In 2019, he became the JDS candidate for Hassan, the family's stronghold, and he won the election there. The video started doing rounds in Hassan around 2 weeks ago. Most feature women and a man's voice can be heard in the background. Some feature a person who's alleged to be Prajwal Revanna. Those who have watched the videos say that at least 2 are clear cases of assault. In most others, there's a question of the power dynamic. The women are from families who support the JDS, wives of government officials, local body members, people employed at Prajwal's house. Though the video started doing the rounds, there are no complaints from any of the women. Author and activist Rupa Hassan told us that most of the women were terrified to complain. Eventually, one woman did agree. But then she also backed up, fearing that her name will be leaked in the media and she'd face repercussions. You know, the kind of media trial that we've seen. On April 24th, the Karnataka Rajya Mahila Daurjanya Virodhi Vedike, a forum of women's organizations, wrote to Women's Commission about the videos. The next day, the chairperson of the commission, Nagalakshmi Chowdhury, wrote to the DG-IGP of Karnataka and the Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah, urging them to form a special investigation team, that's the SIT. But this letter did not name Prajwal Revanna as there was no complaint against him yet. Siddaramaiah finally announced on April 27th that a SIT will be formed. This after one of the women approached the Chief Minister directly. It's not sure if more women will file complaints. There is immense political pressure. There's also the media glare on this story. Who leaked the Prajwal Revanna related videos? There are various versions doing the rounds. But most of the sources say that it was a disgruntled associate of the Revanna family who also had access to Prajwal's phone who leaked it. Political opponents on the ground, of course, helped spread this further. Now we turn our focus to this man, G. Devaraja Gowda. He's an advocate and he contested against H.D. Revanna in Hole Narsipura on a BJP ticket. After elections, he alleged that Revanna and Suraj should be disqualified. Suraj, of course, is Revanna's other son. Devraj Gowda started hinting about Prajwal last year itself. In September 2023, he said in an interview that women are not safe in Revanna's house. This was around the time when Prajwal was disqualified for filing a false affidavit by not declaring his full assets.
ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ಓದಿದಾಳೆ, ಅವಳೊಂದು 22-23 ವರ್ಷ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ, ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡೋದಲ್ಲಿ.
On December 8, 2023, he wrote to BJP National General Secretary B.L. Santosh and BJP Karnataka President B.Y. Vijayendra. He claimed that he'd received a pen drive containing 2,976 videos. Yes, you actually heard it right. 2,976 videos of women. He said, H.D. Revarna's family, including Prajwal, have many allegations and I have evidence against them in a pen drive. Devraj Gowda also mentioned about the Congress and said that the pen drive is already with Congress national leaders. This can bring embarrassment to the party, so please don't give tickets to them, he said. Devraj Gowda then went to the media. In Jan 2024, he spoke about the women.
ಅಕ್ಕ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಭಾವನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಲವಾರು ಇದಾವೆ. ಈಗ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು
ಆಚೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು
ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಮೀರಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುವಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಈ ಘಟನೆಗಳು ನಡೆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಬಂದು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥವ್ರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿರೋ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿ ಬಂದು ಕೂತು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಂದ ಬದುಕನ್ನ ಆಶೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಂಥವ್ರು. ನಾನು ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ.
Many people we spoke to said that they thought Devraj Gowda was simply making political allegations. It was only after the videos were distributed, that on such a large scale this month, that people understood the gravity of the situation. Even now, for the perpetrator to be punished, this case will need proper witnesses and victim statements, and also for forensics to establish on whose phone the videos were actually recorded. But there are many important questions here, most of them political. Why did the JDS nominate Prajwal again? And why did the BJP agree to him as an NDA candidate? Because it's not like Amit Shah cannot prevail over JDS. Then, why did the Deve Gowda family not intervene? Did they help Prajwal in any which way? What was the Congress government doing? Did it make any effort to give courage to the women to speak out? Prajwal Revarna perhaps anticipated all this. Look at this court order from June 2023. He got a court order gagging the media from posting any defamatory articles, news, images, photographs, or video footage referring to him negatively. Now that's quite vague. This is something the News Minute has consistently reported on and taken up. Courts in Bengaluru giving gag orders whenever politicians ask. My colleagues Tanya Rajendran and Shivani Kawa looked through court documents and found 600 cases against the media. No other court in India has such a massive problem. Most newspapers at any given point of time had 100 to 150 gag orders against them. This is a list of politicians from Karnataka who got gag orders from courts in Bengaluru for various reasons. News Minute 2 faces several such cases, but we continue reporting on issues that matter very, very courageously. For this, we seek your continued support. Again, like I keep saying, pause this video, go on your screen, scan that QR code and become a TNM subscriber so you can support us in such fights. So back to the story. There is a political problem and there is a court-related problem as well. But let's not forget, this is primarily about the victims. The women who've been victimized once by a man, victimized again as the videos were spread, and who will be victimized further if they file a police complaint. What the government needs to do is ensure that these women get protection and legal assistance. What you, the public, can assure is that these videos are not further spread, because it puts the women in even more distress. On our part here at the News Minute, we will continue following this story and report on it sensitively and not sensationalize. Because like I said, there are lives here that matter.